Yo, 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 welcome to the Debonair show, number 7. It is Friday, September 21st, 2018. And I'm currently sitting up right here, man. I'm in a hell of a flatline. I've been in a flatline. Well, I don't know, man, because one thing about my flatlines is I just ignore them. And I'm going to get back to that. But, I do so much other shit in my life that promotes high testosterone and just overall well-being, meditation, exercise, pretty good diet, mindfulness, enriching my mind with knowledge by reading books and watching documentaries, all this shit. I'm in school, so, that always helps. So, usually, like if I go through like a minor flatline, because you got minor / short-term flatlines, then you got long-term major flatlines, which, can last weeks, sometimes even months for some people, which never happened to me. But, right now, I think I've been going through a flatline for 2 days, but it could be longer and I just didn't notice it because of all the other things, like I said. But I'm going through a pretty heavy flatline right now, man. And I always get a flatline around this time. I'm around, actually, I think I'm coming up on my, I think tomorrow will be a month. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back and figure out. Let me see. No. This weekend's gonna be 3 weeks. Yeah. Okay, yeah. No. Yeah, it is gonna be a month. It's gonna be a month. Tomorrow. So, I'm going through some changes, man. And, the flatlines are basically just when your brain is rewiring itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, your body it finally realizes, it gets it through its head or through its own head. You know what I mean? But your body, your brain just fully realizes that, okay, it's some serious changes going on. We're used to doing da-da-da-da-da, and now we're going to stop doing it, or we're going to start doing it. So now we have to rewire. We got to just kind of chill out for a minute and just really shut down. Because think about it, man. Think about it. Like, a lot of people just talk about porn, masturbation, even sex, like it's just something that just happens and it's all physical. But the truth of the matter is, it disrupts, and in some ways positive. Porn isn't. Well, yeah, porn is pretty much all bad, but sex isn't all bad. It can be a beautiful, fantastic experience, but it messes with, spirit on a spiritual level. It kind of like disrupts your energies. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it can be positive in a way. For example, if you're sharing it with a woman, those are good energies that you can basically kind of like absorb and transmute into your own energy levels, especially if it's a woman that you really fuck with. But it just, not only on the spiritual level, but there's different hormones that are secreted, and, you're depleting yourself of your life force. So when you go from doing that for pretty much every day, or damn near every day, even every week, which isn't that bad. That's only 4 times a month, sometimes 5, but that's still enough to keep your body in a certain level of homeostasis, and it realizes that this is something you're going to be doing on a frequent basis. So with that being said, man, when you go about 3 to 4 weeks, your body, because like I said, I'm coming up on a month. So last Saturday, that was 21 days. And, most psychologists and things, they'll tell you that it takes about 21 days to break a habit, both mentally and physically. So it makes sense that right around now I'm starting to kind of get these rewiring symptoms, brain fog, not that much energy. Like, man, I went to the gym today. Like, first off, I woke up at 6. I always wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, do my morning cardio, meditate, whatever. And I woke up this morning at 6, man. And actually, I woke up before 6. Like, I was up at, like, the past couple of nights, I've been waking up around 3 or 4 and just kind of laying there, like, kind of half sleep, kind of still awake, like I'm sleeping, but I'm conscious of where I am. And, I got up at 6. The alarm finally went off at 6. And, man, I just couldn't get out of fucking bed, man. It's like, mentally I wanted to get up, but like my body just wouldn't fucking No. I said that backwards. Like physically, I had energy, but mentally, it was just like, don't get up, don't get up. And I think that's my brain's way of telling me like, yo, man, just chill out and let us just rewire for a few days. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to take a few days off. I went to the gym today and I started off with squats, and I had to do working sets with my warm up weight, man. Like, I was like warming up with 185, and I always do like a super long 30-second pause with 185, just really open up my hips and everything. And after that 30 seconds, man, I tried to get up, and it damn near felt like a max. I was like, God damn. And even when I was unracking it, just on my back, it felt heavy. You know, just my brain is basically, like I said, it's not completely shut down. I can still function. I can still articulate myself and everything, but your energy levels are just shot. It's very comparable to, you know, perhaps a long weekend of fucking or a long weekend of masturbation, drugs, partying. It's similar to that. Your body's just like, whoa. All right, chill out. Let's just let us get some things done. Just bear with us, for however long, and, we'll be good. And I think the reason why I've never had super long flatlines is for two reasons. First off, because of everything I already told you. I follow a pretty healthy diet. It's not perfect. I had a cheat day yesterday. I don't want to say bad. Like, for me, eating bad is eating sandwiches, because I don't eat. I've pretty much just kind of not completely, but I've pretty much eradicated bread out of my daily diet. I eat bread maybe once a month. So me eating bread is kind of like a cheat meal. So I had 2 big old Publix sandwiches yesterday. And, but other than that, my diet is pretty good. Lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, lean proteins, get my nuts in, my legumes, pretty balanced diet, plant-based diet. And, that paired with exercise, paired with meditation, paired with spiritual practices and everything, you're going to go through flatlines. That's normal. That flatline is just basically your brain trying to rewire itself, but you won't get hit as hard if you got all these different things, because, see, a lot of the benefits that you guys were talking about having on NoFap, I already had those benefits from just doing all those other things that I told you, and eating and taking certain vitamins and things like that. So, and I was just genuinely happy before FAP, I guess you could say, before porn, during porn, and after porn. I've pretty much always been happy. So, you're not going to really feel the flatline, especially when you're busy every day. Like I told you, I wake up early in the morning at 6 o'clock and start running. I do push-ups, I run, just a quick little morning workout, come back, I meditate. Sometimes I knock out some homework, make videos, listen to videos, music, whatever. I'm at school all day long, and then I come home. Like, I don't even have time to think about a flat line, you know what I'm saying? So I may make a separate video about how to, minimize the detrimental effects of flat lines. But you have that aspect of it. And then secondly, it's like I've already explained to you guys, when you're in a flat line, your brain is rewiring, right? Well, my brain doesn't have to rewire as much as it had to before. Because I can remember the first time that I really went on a long streak. The first time I really went on a long streak was 3 weeks. Of course, for years, since I've been like 16 or 17, everybody goes through a week where they say, I'm not going to do it anymore. Or you just get super busy, or whatever the case is. But last year, I made a conscious effort to not do anything. I went completely celibate for 3 weeks before I relapsed. And I kind of remember kind of like a flat line on that last week. And I think that's what made me relapse on that particular streak, because I'm like, well, goddamn, I feel horrible, man. I don't want to feel like this. So I went ahead and relapsed to quote unquote feel normal again. So I've gone through reboot periods before, rewiring periods. And then, of course, I went 6 or 7 months without doing anything, and I went through certain little phases in that. So I don't anticipate me being on this flat line for too much longer. I'm pretty sure I'm going to wake up tomorrow and feel pretty good. And part of the stuff I'm feeling is just I haven't been sleeping too well the past few nights. I don't know if that's because of the flat line or other things, but I haven't slept too well the past few nights. So I'm going to go to sleep really early tonight. I'm going to take a melatonin, sit up there and go to sleep around 9, about an hour before I usually do. I'm still get up at 6. But, just get about 9 solid hours of sleep, man. And Like I said, I did go to the gym today. I did some really light machine work. But I think if I just chill the rest of the day, get a really, really, really good night's rest, and just fully just disconnect from everything, I'll feel a lot better tomorrow. Because like I said, right now, just mentally, I'm foggy, and I almost damn near feel kind of disassociated. Like, I was at the gym today, and when I was doing my squats, like, of course, I was still squatting and everything, but it felt like I was controlling a character or something. It didn't feel like I'm just not fully there. Like, it's not so bad to where I'm having a panic attack or I feel like I'm looking at myself or anything like that. I don't recognize myself in the mirror. It's never been that bad, but just slightly. I just feel off. And everybody that's been through a flatline, you know what I'm talking about. When they get really bad, sometimes you just feel off, man. And that's because you are off. Your brain ain't really right. What's an example I can give you guys? Okay, I can give you guys an example. Let's say you're making a smoothie. You got the banana in the blender. You got some blueberries, some strawberries, maybe some peaches. I'm just going to name fruits. And then maybe some wheatgrass, right? Now, when you look at it, you could tell everything. It's all messy. It's messy, but everything is okay. It's just really messy. But when you start blending that shit, man, that shit looks horrible. Like it's being all chopped up and ripped apart and everything. But once you fully finish blending it, everything is together and you made a beautiful shake, right? So it's the same thing with our brains, man. You know, right now you are off. Your brain is trying to rewire and it's just trying to give everything an opportunity to play out the way that it wants it to play out so it can fully heal you in the quickest time possible. So I'm not worried about it, man. Like I said, I got some homework to do. I was probably going to try to like link up with a few girls this weekend and, possibly have sex, but probably not. Like, that's another thing. I've pretty much just decided that I'm going to go, because damn, I'm already going to be on a month tomorrow. I'll probably just go about 2 months celibate. And I'm pretty much just going to use the same blueprint I used my first grade. You know what I'm saying? Going about 3 months celibate, 3.5 months. And then once I feel like I'm fully healed, not fully healed, because it takes a long time to fully heal. Because if I was fully healed, I would be on like a year now. You know what I'm saying? Or no, like 10 months. Because if I was fully healed, I wouldn't have relapsed. I would have completely beat all urges. But when you get close to being fully healed and you started to reboot and get through the healing process, I think that's the best time to start having sex. I think jumping into sex too early is it's doable. It's definitely doable, but I don't think it's the best idea. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I first started making these videos again, talking about semen retention, I was still trying to fuck. Like I fucked like 3 times that week that I tried to start. And it was just like I was doing my breathing practice, but you just my mind frame wasn't right. Like for me, and I'm not saying this for everybody, but for me, I always just had the best success with this when I just fully just disconnect from anything sexual. No sexual goddamn conversations. I don't want to see no nudes. I don't want to, I don't want to fuck you and just not come. All of that is cool, but for me, just fully disconnecting and just getting away from sexuality. See, I can't really articulate myself today as well, but sexuality and, even like, for example, like girls on Snapchat or Instagram, if I see them shaking their ass, I don't even want to see them shaking their ass right now. Like I'm just fully getting away from that to the best of my ability. And my libido's still high as fuck. Like even right now, I'm in a flatline, but shit, I'd fuck the shit out of somebody right now, but I'm just taking my mind away from that. And I think you can heal yourself a lot faster and get a lot of the long-term benefits a lot quicker if you just, like I said, you just fully disconnect, because spiritually you're going to be so pure. All your energy, all your sexual energy that's being accumulated, or all the physical energy that's being, all the sexual energy that's being created, not harnessed in your body, can be harnessed to use with other endeavors. Mentally, you're pure, you're clean. And then once you kind of, like I said, you get yourself healed, then you can sit up there and start fucking again and, having sexual conversations because you're in a much better space. So, like I said, I'm gonna go maybe one more month, pure, and then maybe late October, early November, I'll start fucking again. But it's not planned. It's not planned. Like when I was doing semen retention at first, well, not the first time, but that really long streak, 7 months, I didn't even have a plan, man. Like I was just riding the shit out. I was just riding the wave. And then, like I said, around that 3.5 month mark, something just told me, share basically your energy with the woman, but don't come. And, it took some practice. I had to learn how to control myself again because, I'm used to fucking for hour and a half, 2 hours. And, when I first tried, shit, goddamn, as soon as I got any touch, it felt like I was about to nut. But, you start meditating, I get my mind prepared to have sex again, and then I can approach it in the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm saying now, September, late October, or November rather. But who knows, man? Who knows? It may be. I may not fuck again for the rest of the year. And that's the thing, man. Like, I've told you guys how beautiful sex on semen retention is and other videos and everything. And sex just in general is a beautiful thing, man. I love having sex. I love, not just for my sake, but I love just making a woman feel just utter bliss, just wonderful sensations, taking a girl to heaven. It's a beautiful feeling. Especially a girl that you really care about. But you kind of reach a point where you're indifferent to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I love doing it, but I don't need it. You feel me? I don't need it. That's just like me right now. Like, just for an example, my diet. I haven't eaten red meat in probably 2 months, right? Now, I love red meat. I love a fucking steak. I love burgers. Man, I love burgers. I love even beef ribs, brisket. I mean, just all these different things, man. Like just a beautiful filet mignon. You grill it to perfection, medium rare, and you bite into them. I love red meat, but I'm indifferent to it. You know what I'm saying? You beat those urges and you become indifferent to it. Like, no. I'll give you an even better example. I'll give you guys an even better example. Soda. Now, I was never a huge soda drinker, but I used to love cream soda. Like, cream soda was just, it's seriously one of the best things I've ever drank. Even still, I've had a lot of different things to drink, even from different countries and everything, but for me, cream soda just tastes like heaven. I just love it, especially when it's slightly chill, not too cold, but not warm. Oh, my God. Like, my mouth is salivating right now thinking about it. But I haven't had any soda, not just cream soda, but any soda since 2015, 3 years. So it's like you kind of become indifferent to it. I honestly think I can go the rest of my life and never have another soda again. And that's actually kind of like something I'm shooting for. But at the same time, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to trip. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be like, oh, my God, I went so many years. No, it's just a soda. So it's the same thing with me with pussy. Like, yeah, man, I love pussy. I love pussy. I love putting my dick in pussy. I'm just being real with you guys. But I'm indifferent to it. I can go 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. It's whatever. It doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I so indifferent that I could go the rest of my life without fucking? Mentally and spiritually, I don't think I'm there yet. But I think I could do it, if I really just put my mind to it. Because I went months and months without doing it. And the only reason I even started having sex again was just because, for me, it was kind of like a test of my own willpower. And then it was also kind of like, I just wanted to see how powerful I could get. And, but now that I've been there and I've seen that there's certain aspects is better than just being completely celibate, but there's certain ways of being celibate is a little bit better. I could go the whole 7 months without having sex. Yeah, I could have definitely done that. I could go a year without having sex. I could do these things, but a lifetime, that's kind of hard to say. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm so indifferent. If I do it, it's cool. If I don't do it, whatever. And I'm talking about like a year. I'm not talking about a lifetime. I'm not even going to like attempt to even try to do that shit right now. I'm just not ready for that right now. And there's really no reason to be ready for it. But yeah, I may very well go the rest of this year without fucking again. You know, hold on, I was reading a YouTube comment. But yeah, I mean, whatever, man, whatever. But honestly, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. Me talking to you guys, like, I feel a little bit better. Like, I don't know, I just feel a little bit better right now. Like, I don't feel like the flat line is hitting me as hard, you know. But that kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense because, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. You know, my brain is doing its own thing right now, but I'm going to just let it chill. I'm going to really carb up, give it plenty of energy, and get a lot of fruits and vegetables in and get a great night's rest. And we're going to wake up tomorrow and see how everything is feeling. But, you know, it's funny, man. It's funny, like, the benefits not only that you feel, but that other people feel is just so goddamn amazing, man. Like for those of you who know me personally, and some of y'all may even be able to tell by listening to me, watching my separate different videos and things. But, you know, people that know me personally, you know, I'm probably the most confident person you've ever met, you know. And I know I hate to even say this to follow that up because it is bragging, but not to brag, but it's the truth. You know, kind of like a humble brag. And it's just, there's a lot of reasons for that, but that's just me. Like, I'm one of the most, and it even goes to a point where it's a bit much. Like, I'm sure a psychologist could diagnose me with narcissism and, being way too egotistical, and, you know, I probably have a few little minor, not complete to where I can't function in society or I need mental help or anything. But yeah, I could see myself having, like, you know, minor narcissism or something like that. And another reason why I even think that is because I always root for the quote unquote narcissists in all these movies and everything. But anyway, I already have just insane confidence. But when you get on semen retention, man, and even just NoFap, it's just like I've told you guys, it basically takes whatever you already had and improves it by, let's say, times 5. So let's just say you could rate confidence from a scale of 0 to 100. Like, 0 is just you think you're better off dead. You even think death is too good for you. You know what I'm saying? You just have no confidence. 50 is just the average person. You know, you're kind of confident in your ways in some points, not really in some other lanes. And then 100 is just complete and sheer. Like, you think you're God. Like, you literally think you are God himself. So, if you were at maybe not times 5, but, you know, let's say you were at a 10, it could very well take you up to 50. It can help a lot. And then you start pairing it with other things, you can get higher and higher. But when you already started off at like 85 or 90, like, I don't think I'm God. I would never even say something like that. But I feel like a God. And, you know, hopefully you guys know what I mean. I don't think I am God. I believe that there's only one God. That's just my own personal belief. Whatever. But I don't feel like him. I don't feel like Yahweh. I don't feel like Yeshua ben Yah. But I feel like some non-existent God. Like, I feel like a Zeus or somebody. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Zeus isn't real, so that's kind of how I feel. I feel like Zeus. I feel like an angel or something. I just feel like a higher life form. And or another way to look at it, I feel like any of us going back to prehistoric times, like, you would feel like the shit because you just got so much more knowledge and information than all of them combined. And it's really nothing that they've done wrong. It's just whatever. You're just on the wave. And that's kind of how we are, all of us NoFappers and semen retention participants, man. We're on the wave. Ain't nobody doing this shit, man. Like, people think because some of these videos get thousands and thousands of views that a lot of people are doing it. But a lot of people that watch these videos are people that are never going to fully go with the how do I want to word this? See, God, man, my brain is so foggy today. But those are people that are never going to actually follow through with the plan. Like, they just watch all these goddamn videos and they never make it past 2 weeks. And I've been there before, so I'm not even talking down on those people, but that's just the truth. But we're on a wave, man. So you not only do you feel better and look better, but you are better. You know what I'm saying? You are better once you get to a certain point. And I just feel it, man. I just feel it. Like I said, I always used to walk through the streets through crowds of people and just feel like I'm the best motherfucker in the whole goddamn state. But now it's even more so, like, and that's why a lot of people say God mode, because you really do. You just feel just like I was talking to my homie, man, my neighbor. Like, we were talking and I was telling him about it. Like, I already had unwavering confidence. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but just like, people notice you, man. People notice you. And the craziest part about it, I got a comment on one of my videos and he was asking me, and I was like, bro, it's just some things going on in the universe. Another person commented on that as well. Like, people that haven't even seen me, they haven't seen me or heard me talk on the phone. They haven't watched any videos. They haven't heard anything from me. They are more attracted to me the more I get on my streak. You know what I'm saying? There's people who have literally not seen anything from me that just start hitting you up. Man, I was just thinking about you. Or, Debonair, I was thinking about you. I just want to see, and it's like, I could understand if you saw, you follow me on Snapchat or Instagram or something, you saw me posting pictures and you're like, oh yeah, he looks good. I want to hit him up. Whether a girl or a man, just like, oh man, he looks like he's doing really good. I want to see what's going on. That's one thing. That's understandable. You watch my videos and you're seeing me talk. All of that makes sense. But explain to me how to fuck somebody who hasn't seen or heard anything from me in months. They haven't seen or heard from me since I've started my streak. Why is it that, like, they just all of a sudden have the inclination to hit me up? You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people who have talked about that. And it's just like I said, that's where you get just this insane confidence from, because you feel like you've unlocked superpowers. You feel like a superhuman. You can't fly. You can't shoot laser beams out your eyes. You don't have super strength. You will get stronger. That's a fact, which I'll talk about later. But you don't have actual superpowers, but just small things like that. Or how the fuck am I walking behind a girl and she has in earphones, but she turns around to look at me? I was walking today. I was in a train station and this girl turned around to look at me, and then she started a conversation with me. Now, how does she know I was behind her? It's like she could sense it. They can feel it. People that haven't seen you, they live cross country. Maybe they live across the world. But it's just like something tells them, hit him up. Hit him up. You know what I'm saying? And it's also kind of similar. Like, this can happen to you without semen retention. Like, I know every man, once they get married or once they get in a committed relationship, girls just start coming out the blue, not just in person, but exes and things. And sometimes it's not because they've seen Instagram or anything. It's just like the universe tells them. And there's so many things in this world that are just, science can't explain it. Certain religions can't explain it. Some kind of have theories and things. A lot of Eastern philosophies talk about things like this. And even the Bible, even some of the Western, even though it's not a Western religion, but, it's been Westernized. But even Western religions like Christianity and Judaism and even Islam, it talks about it in the Quran. It talks about it in the Old and New Testament. There's certain things that just are beyond our own comprehension. It's just, you'll never be able to fully grasp why things happen. Shit just happens, man. Point blank period, shit happens. But it's amazing the shit that does happen when you're on semen retention. It just, and then, like, I just feel, I don't know, man. Like it's so beautiful. And even right now, I'm in a flat line, but I still just feel amazing. Like I feel bad because compared to where I was. But I still feel better than I was watching porn and all that shit, man. Yeah, hell yeah. I could live like this the rest of my life. Like this present state I'm in right now, I'd live like this the rest of my life, hands down. It's no comparison. Because it's just, you just have a higher level of comprehension. You don't have the level of comprehension as, like I said, as God, or even an act, if there were multiple gods that a God would have, but you are higher than 99% of people, man. And you just feel things and you just grasp things. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday, man. I was like, man, when you're on semen retention or NoFap, because that I always say they're two different things, because they are two different things. A lot of people that do NoFap, they end up still having sex and just coming with a girl. So even though that they retain more semen than the average guy, they're still not completely retaining semen. They're not going months and months without ejaculating. So I always kind of differentiate the two. But when you're on NoFap or damn sure semen retention, like jokes are funnier, music sounds better. Like, man, I was listening to Prince. I'm a Prince fan. And I was listening to Erotic City, right? I'm sure some of you know that song. It's one of his biggest songs. And I've always loved that song. It's a really great song. I've known it pretty much my whole goddamn life. I've been a Prince fan as long as I can remember. But I was listening to Erotic City, and I guess I didn't listen to it on my last 7-month streak, but I was listening to it, man, last night, and I just heard things in the song that I just could not hear before. It's almost kind of like I had been trying to listen to the song in a muffled ass speaker or a record player, and now I got on premium studio beats or something like that. Like, I was just hearing things in the music that I never heard before. And I remember on my last streak, and I don't ever cry. Like, I go years without crying. I can't remember the last time I cried was it was 2016 to be exact. I cried in 2016. And that's because I went to a family funeral, and the only reason I cried there is because my mom was crying. That's like one thing that always gets me. And then before that, it was 2015. Like, I go months and months, sometimes years without crying. Not bragging, it is what it is. That's just my own personal emotional makeup, right? But let me tell you something. I remember I listened to one song. I can't remember what it was, and it wasn't even a sad song. It was what song was that? I'm about 90% sure it was the Jackson 5, Got to Be There, which is one of my favorite R&B songs. But I was just sitting around the house, man, and I had that shit playing on my earphones, and I damn near cried. Like, I kind of teared up, not from sadness or anything like that, but just how beautiful that shit sounded. And that's not even one of my favorite songs. It's one of my favorite R&B songs, but I listened to that, man, in my headphones, and I damn near start crying tears of joy just because of how beautiful it sounded. And it led me to listen, to go to thoughts of how beautiful life can be, and just, man, it was a beautiful experience. Like, it wasn't Nirvana, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that much of an enlightenment, but it was just, wow. I had never gotten anything like that from listening to music. Sure, I had feelings like that from meditation, or, you do really well on a test, or when I graduated high school, I was really excited, things like that. But man, just a simple song, a song that's not even a sad song. It's just a song talking about love. A song that I've heard a million times. That's another song that I've heard my entire life and always kind of liked it. But I just had it in, was just playing, and the song starts off with a really slight piano, and when you're shuffling through, you already know what song is about to play without looking at your phone. And I had just been listening to music, man, and then all of a sudden, that song came on, and about a minute in, it just hit me. And I was like, God damn. And I just sat there, and the next thing I know, the song was over. But I just sat there, like, stuck, just with a smile on my face, eyes closed, but kind of tearing up. And I was fucking smiling from ear to ear. Like, one of the biggest smiles. Like, I probably looked like I had lost my mind. I had like a Joker smile. And I just sat there and I listened to that song, man, and it was just so beautiful. And music in general, man, it's just beautiful when you're just life in general. Like colors seem a little bit more vivid. You hear things better. My sense of smell is better. You gain so many fucking benefits when you do this shit, man. And people that don't do it don't understand. I remember I used to watch videos before I started and then after I started but hadn't got the benefits yet. Or some videos I watched, I had started getting benefits, but not to the level that they were talking about. And I was just like, man, some of these people, man, have lost their goddamn mind. And I used to say to myself, not trying to, down talk you guys, but I used to say to myself, man, the only reason they feel all this is because they were losers before semen retention, and now they're finally winning at something. So now they just feel like Superman. That's all that is. But I was a winner before, and I'm gonna still be a winner. I'm not gonna feel the difference. That's the kind of mindset I had. Like, I remember I used to watch that Gabriel, and I've talked about this before. I used to watch that Gabriel Calais Bocanegra guy, and he used to put out some really good videos, but I used to sometimes be thinking to myself, man, this motherfucker right here is tripping. Like, that's what I used to think for. I'm like, man, what's wrong with this weird ass fucker? What's this weird ass motherfucker right here? Oh, right quick, let me reply to this. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, man, this motherfucker's right here is tripping. But now and then, like, towards the last few months of my last streak, you start to understand, because there's just things that life is just better, man. It really is. It's not like, for example, just because I already talked about it, drinking soda. Yeah, that's good for you. It's good to not drink soda anymore. It's good to quit smoking cigarettes. It's good to stop smoking crack. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. This is just a whole nother level of change. And it just improves the quality of life better than I think anything on the planet will. I really do. The only thing that may fuck with this, even slightly, is really, really, really deep meditation. I'm talking about meditations that monks and things like that do, where they can meditate all day long, fast and everything. But the thing about that is, once you're meditating that long, you're not ending the night after you meditated for 8 hours straight. You're not ending the night with a jack off session. So they also do semen retention. And the thing is, all these different things go hand in hand, because all of these different activities and acts are ways, they're tools to help you get to that higher sense of enlightenment, man. That's all this shit is, man. Meditation, semen retention, celibacy, fucking, soul searching, which is kind of like just a form of meditation. But, these different things, even religion, these are all different ways to help you reach another level of comprehension and just reach the higher realm of life. These are all tools that you can use. So they all go hand in hand, man. They all go hand in hand. If you do believe in God, you're going to have a better relationship with God doing semen retention. Hands down. If you don't believe in God, you may start to believe while doing semen retention. If you already started to meditate, you're going to want to meditate even more, or you're going to want to start meditating. And you're going to be able to do different kinds of meditation, like talking about smiling ear to ear with that music. I remember one time I meditated for basically a week, which I'll talk about that at a later time in detail, just to own separate video, not a podcast. But I went a whole week one time, and this was around the time I was doing semen retention. No, it was actually before. But I went a whole week, no phone, no computer, no TV, not even any books. The only thing I did all day literally was wake up, use the bathroom, throughout the day, eat. And I already had all my meals pre-cooked, so I didn't even cook. Eat, shower, and fucking go back to sleep. Oh, and I used to walk my dog very briefly. I would walk her for about 5 minutes. And I remember, like, on the 5th day, because the first few days were hell. It was horrible, man. Because all day long, I just couldn't do anything. It was torture. It was like putting yourself through solitary confinement. I didn't talk to anybody. Not even my dog. I wasn't even talking to my dog. But On that fourth or fifth day, man, I had fully accepted it, and I was meditating all day like I did every damn day. And I just started smiling from ear to ear, man. And it's just like I reached a higher sense of enlightenment that I had never reached before. And ever since that point, my brain has always been a little bit different, in a good way. In a good way. That point right there, that one point, I can remember it. It was in August of 2017. I can't remember the exact date, but after that point, man, it changed my perspective for the rest of my life in a good way. In a good way. And I didn't smile on purpose, but my brain just did it. And I've seen other people talk about this too. Like when you get really good at meditating, you can have orgasms and shit, man. Mental orgasms, brain-gasms, you know. And it's just, it's hard to explain, just feeling such fucking peace. Feeling such peace, I guess is the best way to put it. Feeling such ecstasy without doing anything. Literally, because when you meditate, you're not doing anything. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. And my brain just started smiling. It's like I had taken LSD or some shit. I guess. I've never taken acid. You know what I'm saying? But it was a beautiful experience, man. It was beautiful. And see, here's the thing, man. It's already been 41 minutes into this podcast, and I didn't even realize it. Like, I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I got the phone up, but I got my eyes closed. And it's just life, man. Life is just so beautiful. And I'm really looking forward to, like, I want to go at least a year without coming. And I'm really looking forward to it, man. Because life is just so beautiful. And I think it seems like I'm getting more of the benefits earlier on than before. And I think the reason for that is, like I said before, earlier in the podcast, my body isn't starting from square one anymore. So it's not going to take me long to get back up in the heavens of semen retention. You know, I'm not back on my throne yet, but I'm climbing up those goddamn stairs. I'm running up the stairs. Before I had to climb at the bottom, and before I could even get on the stairs. Then once I got on the stairs, it was a slow process. But now that I'm not starting from, the fucking ground, now that I'm already on the stairs, it's not going to take me as long to get back on that throne, man. Because I've already been kind of healed. Not completely, but my brain isn't starting from square one. So I think 2 months from now, hell, even a month from now, I'm going to be making videos, and I'm going to be on fucking cloud nine. And I anticipate that I'll have even more benefits than I did last time. Because like I said, it's not going to take me as long to get to where I was at 7 months this time. It's probably only going to take me 2 or 3 months, half the time. So by the time I get to 7 months, like I did 6 or 7 months, like I did before, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? It's not even going to make any sense what type of motherfucker I'm going to be. So, man, I'm just really looking forward to it, man. Life is very beautiful. And, like I said, semen retention, meditation, all these things go hand in hand. And you really just start to realize, man, that, negativity is just, it's not needed, And I've always been this type of guy. I've always been, I guess you could say, like an unbothered type of motherfucker. But through meditation and just getting older and everything, having life experiences, wisdom, and then of course the semen retention, like even more so now. Like I don't even have a desire to see like fight videos or anything like that anymore. Like it's just and then even my music, my music taste kind of changes a little bit when you're on semen retention. Like music sounds better, all music, but I don't want to hear about no goddamn murders and robbing and trapping and all that bullshit, man. I don't want to hear all that bullshit. Like I still listen to it. All my favorite rappers are still my favorite rappers, but on long streaks, I just find myself listening to more R&B, more instrumentals, more jazz, more things like that. I've always been, people that know me personally, I listen to everything. I listen to everything from fucking Splurge to Gucci Man to Wu-Tang Clan to Bone Thugs to Slick Rick to Duke Ellington to Aretha Franklin, Mozart. I listen to it all, man. But I find myself listening to more Michael Jackson, more Prince, more Mozart, more Beethoven. I find myself and that's funny because right now I can appreciate a Mozart or a Beethoven song, but I don't want to listen to the whole album. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was to take a 3-hour road trip, I don't want to listen to the whole album, not right now. But when I get to 6 or 7 months, hell yeah, man, because you could just, it's so beautiful. It's beautiful music. And you know, that's what I'm really looking forward to, man. It's just your whole perspective change, your taste in music. You get away from all the negativity. Like I said, man, I there's certain people I follow and shit, man. They start posting that negative shit. I don't even read it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or if I do read it, I'm just indifferent to it. It's just I read it and I don't even acknowledge it. And I don't mean that people are saying to me, but just you know how girls can be, or and men too. But I just me personally, I don't follow a lot of men on social media. That's kind of backwards to me, but that's just my own personal whatever. But you know, these girls post, you know, running their mouth and nagging and all and bitching and moaning. And I just read it, man, and I just go on about my business. I don't even think about it. It's like I read it in my mind and my body processed it, or my mind processed it, and I keep on going. I don't have to think about it and, oh, I wonder why she said that. And nah, man, because I'm just so positive right now. I'm so positive, and sometimes, like I remember the other day, man, somebody bumped the hell out of me on a skateboard. He was walking, and he was trying to squeeze through a crowd. He bumped the hell out of me. And, you know, for a quick second, I wanted to, you know, just break his jaw. He really pushed me, man. Like, I didn't move that much, but he hit me hard. He didn't knock me down, but he hit me hard, which hopefully you guys know what I mean. But I wanted to break his jaw, man. And then there was another time last week, or maybe it was this week. Somebody was walking in front of me, and they just would not move. Big fat motherfucker. I couldn't get past them in this tiny little space. And I was running late. And no. I'm thinking about something completely different, because I did just get around them. I just had to push them out the way. But I was driving behind a car. That's what it was. And I've been getting some work done on my car, and currently my horn isn't operating correctly. So I couldn't blow my horn, right? And I was behind this motherfucker at a light, and they wouldn't turn. They could have turned. They could have turned right on the red light, but they wouldn't go. And I couldn't honk my horn to tell them. And like I was, for a minute, I was yelling like out the window, like go, go, go. But then I just realized, man, who cares, man? I'm just going home. My house ain't going nowhere. I'm still gonna be there in 5 extra minutes or however long it's gonna take for this light to turn green. Why am I tripping, man? Stop tripping. And that was it. And I just turned the music back up, and I just got back to jamming. You know what I'm saying? Like, life is just so much better when you just focus on the positivity, man. And that's where I am now. I'm so, of course I'm not perfect. I'm still human. But I've never been a violent guy or anything like that. But, of course I still get frustrated. I still get irritated at things. Some days I'm tired. Some days I'm not as happy as others. But, you know, overall, 99% of the time, I'm just feeling happy, and I'm just content. You know. So, I think that's all I'm going to talk about for the podcast, man. I'm actually damn near falling asleep with my eyes closed. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a nap right now and to get the 9-hour sleep tonight. Just really give my body a chance to, because see, man, I never take naps. So me wanting to take this nap tells me my body's trying to do some shit. So I'm going to take this nap here, man. And I really appreciate you guys listening as always. And right quick, as far as the channel goes, if you haven't checked out my last workout video, Becoming Batman, the finale, please check that out for me. I'm asking you guys, but comment it. You can comment it on this video. That's cool. But I would prefer if you guys comment on that particular video, which like superhero or movie character or whatever you want to see me like do for the next series, because Becoming Batman is over. The last video was the finale. And Not even to say I won't ever pick it back up again, but as of right now, it's over. But I'm looking for another character to do again. Somebody already commented Thor, who I thought about, but I had somebody else in mind. But let me know, man. Fucking Spider-Man, anybody. Spider-Man, whoever. A movie character. It doesn't even have to be a superhero, but just a movie character, whatever. Some sort of TV character, just whatever. Say, I want you to do a series with him. And depending on who you guys name, it may be shorter than others. You know what I'm saying? For example, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, basically all I could do with him is do a lot of swinging on ropes and do a lot of climbing. So obviously it wouldn't make too much sense to do a whole series with him, like 100 days. But, let me know. So I would prefer if you guys comment on the other video, but if you want to do it here, that's fine. Just leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the podcast. And if you got any questions or any concerns, leave it in the comment box, man, and I'll be sure to touch on it either in a podcast or in a separate video. So once again, I appreciate you guys listening as always. And stay tuned, man. Don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget to motherfucking subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you guys. Peace.